Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. We are group number 5, and I'm very glad to introduce my amazing group members to all of you. This is Parisa, Sahar, Eve, Joe, and I am Angelina. It's our privilege to give you a presentation about our product, yogurt drink with plant sterols. Okay, let's see the summary of our presentation. In our presentation, we will introduce the objectives of our product, and then we will introduce the plant sterols and the relationship between plant sterols and some health issues. And then we will officially introduce our product. In this part, we will introduce health claim and nutrition claim, and the labeling part and packaging part will be significantly mentioned. And finally, here comes to the conclusion, and after that, we are open to any question. Okay, first let's see the objectives of our presentation of our product. Our product containing plant sterol is developed for the EU market, and the two claims we're using in this process: nutrition claim regarding the energy reduced, and the health claim that links to the reduction of CHD. Okay, you may ask. What is plant sterol? And I can use two words to describe it: novel and important. Because for many years, the existence and the dietary effect of these minor plant sterols were largely ignored and poorly understood. And based on some scientific research and data, plant sterols have been shown to lower and reduce the blood cholesterol levels. And blood cholesterol lowering may reduce the risk of CHD. And where are the plant sterols? Here I listed some foods have comparatively higher content of plant sterols. For example, the grains, fruit and vegetables, legumes, and nuts and seeds. And now next question is, why taking plant sterol can help us reduce our blood cholesterol levels? Okay, let's see the chemical structure of cholesterol and plant sterol. This is a chemical structure of cholesterol, and then we add another ethyl group. Here comes to the plant sterol. So we can see that the plant sterols have a very similar chemical structure as the cholesterol. Okay, and how exactly does the plant sterol act in our body? Prisa will tell you.
Okay, thanks, Angelina. I'm going to talk about the metabolism of the plant sterols. When you're eating the food which contain the cholesterol inside of your body, actually inside of your stomach, the fat cells will broken down and then will transfer into your small intestine. In your small intestine, the fat cells and cholesterol is integrated to the mixed micelles. Micelles are the group of the lipid molecules that bound together and allows your body to absorb them. Then in your small intestine, can you see the brown dots are the cholesterol and the green dot are the plant sterol. And as Angelina said before, the structure of these compounds are similar together. So the plant sterols are taking into the micelles, and instead of the cholesterol, they can absorb them. Okay, let's have a look to the health issue of the plant sterols.
So why developing a product with plant sterol? What are the health issues? The first one is obesity. According to WHO, 30% of the world's adult population are obese, and 39% of them are overweight. What are the numbers in Europe? In Europe, 20% of the people are obese and 15% of them are overweight. The other problem is cardiovascular disease. It's accounted for 31.5% of all deaths and 45% of all non-communicable deaths, which is considered as to be the most common cause of all deaths globally. And in Europe, the numbers are 45% of all deaths. If you take a look at this graph, you can see that cardiovascular is the main cause of death in Europe, and if you can see that it's higher in women by 49% and in the men it are 40%. If you take a deep look at the cardiovascular disease, you can see that CHD has the highest proportion, which is 20% in women and 19% in men. So what is Yoga Life? What does it do? Paisal will tell you.
Okay, our brand is the Yoga Life. And so what is this? It's a strawberry yogurt drink which contains the plant sterol for reducing the cholesterol. And actually we mixed the skim milk, yogurt, and some live yogurt cultures. But why we choose the yogurt drink? We had two main reasons. First of all, because we found that the European has the highest consumption of dairy product, and our target market actually is the Germany, because we found that in 2040 Germany is the highest has the highest consumption of the drinkable yogurt. And secondly, we found that it's not very difficult to make a low-fat milk product with the yogurt, so we choose the yogurt drink. For the ingredients, first we, as the matrix, we choose the skim milk. Then for flavor, we add the strawberry, which is the puree of the strawberry puree with concentration of 10%. And because we use the plant sterol, we added reducol, some stabilizers such as pectin, and we used stevia as a natural sweeteners, some flavor and color. And for the live culture, because we are using the yogurt, we had to use some bacterial culture such as Staphylococcus thermophilus, lactic acid bulgaricus, and so on. So we mix all these ingredients together, and here our product, the Yoga Life. But actually we should mention that because our product contains milk, we have to mention the allergen. Okay?
With the ingredients mentioned by Parisa, we wanted to create a wholesome and tasty food product that is Yoga Life, that has no added sugar, that has as many natural components as possible, and that has a high plant sterol content to obtain our claim effect. And therefore we got the ratio on the right side. Transforming this ratio on the nutrient table, we got this nutrition information. I just want to mention some points right here. The plant sterols, we added 2.1 gram of plant sterols, and Eve is going to tell you if it's going to work with the health claim. And also the energy reduction is one of our nutrition claims you want to obtain. And finally, the saturated fat content. So as mentioned, Eve is going to tell you some stuff about the claims.
For the claims in EU, there are two parts. One is nutrition claim, another is health claim. Health claims in EU was defined as any claims which state, suggest, or imply a relationship exists between a food calorie, food, or one of its constituents and health. For the regulations, there are two parts, and one is Article 13, it's about function claims. Another is Article 14, it's about risk reduction claims and claims referring to children's development. And our product add plant sterol, so we use risk reduction claims. If you take 1.5 gram to 2.4 gram per day for 2 to 3 weeks, it will have 7% to 10% cholesterol reduction effect. And if you take 2.5 gram to 3 gram per day for 2 to 3 weeks, it will reduce about 10% to 12.5% of cholesterol in our blood. For our product, we add 2.1 plant sterol, so we highly recommend everyone to drink 1 bottle per day. Another thing I want to mention is that if you drink more than 3 grams per day, it may not have additional cholesterol reduction. Also, it may reduce the beta-carotene levels in blood, so it is not that good. Let's come into the nutrition claim. Nutrition claim is any claim that states, suggests, or implies that a food has particular beneficial nutritional properties due to energy, nutrients, or other substance. For the comparative nutrition claims, it should compare the compositions in the food in the question with a range of foods of the same category. At first, we consider about energy. We have 59.5 kilocalories per 100 gram, and so we cannot use low energy or energy free. So we compare our yogurt drink with other yogurt drink in the market, and we reduce about 34 energy, so we use energy reduced. Also, we consider about fat, about low fat. We have 1.5 gram per fat per 100 gram, so we can use low fat. And we have 0.7 gram of saturated fat, and it provides about 9.9% of energy, so we can use low saturated fat. And for us, we use two nutrition claims. One is energy reduced, another is low saturated fat. Now, Joe will introduce our cool packaging.
Thanks. Okay, so it works. Thanks to the great job of my group members, I'm happy to introduce you our label. But just one point to mention, because we're gonna sell our product in Germany, our labeling and packaging will be in German as well. But for your better understanding, I'm gonna explain it for you in English. Okay, what does our principal display panel consists of? It consists of a logo, of the product description. It's a strawberry yogurt drink with plant sterols, the date of the minimum durability, and the claims. We have, in this case, we have reduction of the cholesterol level, it's energy reducing, and it's low in saturated fat. Then we have the traffic light system, which is mandatory in the European Union. That is a very good way to show if the calories, the fat, the saturated fat, the salt are low, medium, or high. And then finally, we also have the net quantity. Okay, that's the front panel. Now let's turn the package around. And we have the back panel. What does our back panel consist of? Of a product description, of the ingredients. In this case, I just want to highlight the skim milk, because it's an allergen, and the 10%, which refers to the quantitative ingredient declaration, because we have a picture of strawberries on the front page. That's why we have to mention the 10%. Then the nutrient information, I've already mentioned before, so therefore I don't want to go too deep into it right now. And then some additional information. To label a claim in the European Union, there are some general requirements, as we have to state how much of our product has to be consumed to obtain a beneficial effect. In our case, it's one serving per day within 2 to 3 weeks. And then we also have to state which persons shouldn't consume this food. In this case, it's pregnant women and children under 5. And finally, we also have to show the importance of a balanced diet and a healthy lifestyle. And the allergy stuff we also have to include. Okay, then finally, we also added our manufacturer information. It's because we sell it in Germany. We also produce it in Germany. And it's really next to the manufacturing location of Danone, so we can use their know-how, maybe. And we have the net quantity and the scan code. And combining all this information, we got our back panel. So finally, Sahar is gonna make the conclusion.
Okay, so Yoga Life is a product that may reduce the coronary heart disease. It fulfills the claims that we already told you in the objectives. The labeling meets the EU regulation, and we try to use as much organic compounds as we can. And taking to account all these benefits, this is a product that is a competitive product in the European market. Now we are open to you to ask any question that you have regarding Yoga Life.